Brood has been banned out.
Brood and Shadow Demon. All right, and then the Techies Meepo, which we've seen many a time.
Reginald, will you tell us this time if they got creep so we can adjust our prices?
And they also, again, he said he wasn't going to tell us, they also, again, did not go for the same lineups as the TI5. Or TI3
They're saving it for the last game. They're saving it. Nice bands out there. What you got there?
So I got the book of Zayori here, Surviving Esports, the Zayori story. I know a lot of you guys.
Can we talk about
here.
this?
Yes, we can. I know a lot of you guys already purchased it, but I wanted to give people at home, you know, a little bit of taste.
Hold on, before you begin.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say a positive thing here. Zayori, we had sponsors that paid us money to be on this panel, you son of a bitch. Why are you just floating your book around here like some kind of snake oil salesman? This was not approved. He's out there in the audience selling it for cash, hard cash.
Snake oil?
Yes.
Really?
You've never drinking snake oil?
No.
There's some vitamins in there.
Okay, have you guys read the book, though?
I'm waiting for the ebook.
No, Kevin has.
I've read 75% of it. I have been busy ever since we got to Midas mode, so I haven't been able to finish it, but I've actually really enjoyed reading it, genuinely.
Oh!
Uh-oh!
Yes! It's time.
Ice cream AA. Oh, we've been waiting for so long.
it.
That's great.
Okay, anyways.
Back to the book, though.
No, fuck the book.
No.
Yay!
Now, Ancient Apparition was actually played in the TI1 Grand Finals by Adeni, if I am correct. So perhaps.
Oh, yeah, it was TI1. I forgot. The Ice Blast.
The
It was a little different in Dota 1, or yeah, in Dota 1. It was very different.
I'm going to try to find out what the exact lineup was, but continue on, Purge, with your review.
So I honestly, I enjoyed
Oh my God, Nature's Prophet! For Bulldog, what an exciting moment for all of us. This is great.
Please, Parch, continue, please.
We won't interrupt.
If you want to see what esports was like in the 2010
oh my God!
reign, then it's a nice read. Do you want me to stop there?
You think it's a nice read? Give it to
No,
me,
it's very matter of fact. This is kind of what happened.
I just lost where I wanted
Give it
to
to me,
start.
Cheever.
Shared his experiences of what it's like. Andrew's had a very tough road going through esports. No, for sure.
That road is still bumpy to this very day.
Yes.
I just found. Oh, I found it. All right.
Cuddle
So
is picked
before
up.
the chapter, it says, ultimately, I needed to make something happen by the end of the year to prove that this was sustainable. The clock was ticking. And then we go to the next chapter, chapter 10, title, Sniff Sniff.
That's
God
the chapter we
damn
all
it.
want to read. We're just going to skip to that, and then we'll start.
I mean,
Chapter 10 is
that
where
chapter is
the
very-
beat is at.
It's interesting to see what it's like from his perspective. It's
Purge, you think
definitely
you
makes
could have
feel
come
bad.
back from that?
Probably. It was rough. It was rough. No, seriously, you should go read it. It's his account. He basically got like viral at a bad time. He was like the first person to be viral in that way, and got a lot of negative attribution as a result. Some
love
of it, which was very unfair. So
I'd still be laughing even if he wasn't my friend. I love you, Zayori. I'm so sorry. You know, fun story. I had a similar thing happen with Sunsfan. We've never told this story. But we were doing Fails of the Week, and we were talking on Skype, and we actually recorded a video, and I left it on. I came down hours later. I never hung up the call. And, you know, I was doing some late night gaming. Might have not had any clothes on or anything. Stood up, sat down, and when I sat down, I saw Sunsfan's camera, and he was just, you know, doing stuff. And I was like, Sunsfan, did you see everything? And he looked back at me, and he said, no. I was looking at something else. And I don't know if he actually told me the truth or not, if he actually saw everything, or he was just
This is the time. This is the time.
I wish I could lie. I remember this moment, but I did not see anything.
It was full front. I was standing in front of the webcam for a very long time.
I was quite disturbed when you were telling me the details afterwards to make sure if I knew or not.
I mean, only a true friend would see such a moment and be like, I didn't see anything, bro. You're
There wasn't
good.
much to see, so I...
What? What?
I'm sorry, Slack.
He didn't see anything, I think. And Tusk is taken up.
I was wrong, by the way. Ancient Apparition wasn't picked in the finals. It was picked earlier on in TI1.
gee.
So unfortunate.
You're really used. Yay! Ice cream!
I actually think this is my favorite remodel for Midas Mode. Yes.
Yeah, it's quite
It is
good.
actually good.
And you know, it looks good obviously now, but when you're in game, it actually works as well.
Yes.
Would you want this in the game?
Yes. This is one that I would actually definitely
Fun
want to
fact,
see again.
when he shoots his auto attack, we changed it, and it's a tiny little ice cream cone of him, and he's going, ah! If you
I
look
didn't even know
closely.
that. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Excellent.
It's
Oh,
very
that's good.
disturbing.
Are they going for an ice theme? Right.
They are.
Crystal made it
Oh.
next.
It's some
Perhaps?
kind of new bounty that they've created
Why didn't
on
we?
their own.
Why didn't we do that, Bound? Make an ice themed or just some sort of specific.
Are there enough?
You can do
Ancient
Blue
bounties.
heroes, green hero, anything.
You can also do, yeah, you can do a fire theme, earth theme,
Yeah.
ice theme.
Yeah, we could call it Captain Planet. Write it in tonight, guys.
That's
Hey, did
right.
you guys see the bidding for this auction? 93 versus 119.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're really trying.
Navi bid like, that's like a lot. That's
Yes.
like an eighth of their total bank just
Yeah.
to potentially win the bidding.
They only have 400 left, and there's still 2 bans and 3 picks to go. You have to think with whatever they end up picking, they're not gonna have enough for like a Super Roche or anything like that.
No.
Yeah.
Unless they want to do the free Super Roche, in which case they get Moonbucks.
That's right.
True, true.
Man, it's a good thing that we didn't destroy the economy right before this. Otherwise, Navi would have no chance of winning this series.
Yeah.
Wow. Guess
don't
you
know.
were wrong according to Purge,
I feel
Reddit,
like
Twitch, and everyone else.
the Twitch chat, the Twitch chat picks were actually surprisingly okay.
Oh, yesterday?
I was very surprised. Like it was not like a shit
They're
show
okay,
of a lineup.
yeah.
Like I would be expecting 5 carries or 5 supports or something
I mean,
ridiculous.
you could argue that we discovered that during the days of Twitch Plays Pokemon. It's like the majority still kind of want to do the right thing. It's just like there's like 20% of bastards that are like trying to ruin it for everyone else.
20% of the bastards that are the ones that type. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, just-
Typers.
No, they're the ones that are like, oh yes, let's go jump off the cliff and have to run all the way back through Pallet Town or something. You know?
Interesting ban here on Sniper. 8
Hey,
moon Oh my
sorry,
god.
we need- there we
Oh,
go.
Don't show
There
that!
it is. Yes.
Don't show that!
Green Swamp Man
Don't
back
show
again.
Green Swamp Man, please, I'm begging you. Stop showing it! Stop. Every single day we skirted.
Yeah. There we
That's
go.
the one we
No, 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 no!
All right, Underlord. Oh.
Oh,
How nice. They named a game after him and then they even put him in.
yes.
What a hero. Goodness gracious.
Isn't that strange? What?
Very weird.
Would you stop it?
God damn it.
Jesus,
Reginald.
idiot.
Jesus.
Why did they name that game Underlord?
It's a lore question, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they just made up a term, Underlords, like the bosses of the,
Underworld.
I have a theory.
World, yes.
I have a theory that they came up with a name and then once it was too late, they realized that there was a hero named Underlord.
Yes, I'm sure none of them knew.
I think so.
You're so
Can I have your dog?
Well, yes. Rexy, go.
Give him. No, not. Okay, I'm going to
Go
put
say
Rexy,
hi to
come over here.
Papa.
protection
here.
for
Go
Mr.
say hi. Go
He
say
always
hi to
finds
Papa
a way.
Purge.
Okay, that's fine.
Go say hi to Papa Purge. Papa Purge wants to see
Over
you.
here.
Drag him.
Over here, Rue.
You know,
Rue,
Mr.
please.
Rue is pretty big
Mr.
for
Rue,
a
come
pug.
He is.
Mr. Rue.
He's a
Mr.
Like
Rue,
they're
don't-
tall.
Don't eat that
No,
wood
no,
off.
no, not
You know the word. Bop up.
Bop up.
Rexy, bop up.
Bop up. Over
Bop
here.
up.
Bop, bop.
Over here.
Rexy, bop up.
Over here. Bop, bop. Oh, he did it.
Yay!
He takes
Quality
after his father.
content.
Nice.
Very high IQ, just like his dad. Very nice.
That's unnecessary.
What's up with this Underlord pick, guys? What do you think about this one? It's cheap.
No,
Offline
but
hero?
not a super cheap. Like you can also go. You can go cheaper than that.
Super cheap doesn't exist too much anymore. But like all the really cheap heroes have been picked.
What
occasionally.
about Clinked? Also, Brewmaster is an offlaner.
We
and
don't
at least
talk
they can
about
promote.
Clinks. Not in
their,
this tournament.
Underlord is good at wave push, right?
Right.
Nature's Prophets on the other
Right.
team.
All right.
You
lots
gain
of
extra
stuns.
damage by killing the Nature's Prophets Treant.
Well, that's true.
Ooh, la la.
I mean, it's not anything huge. I don't know why they pick a
That'd
third.
be kind of big if you get an Ags, actually. Because normally the Ags is
I
kind of
love Ags.
underwhelming. Because
Yeah.
there's like not that many creeps that die, and you don't get the bonus from the permanent damage.
Remind me,
but if there's
Ags on that
extra
hero?
Ags is really
So your aura, half of that damage that you gain goes to you and your allies.
Oh.
it's like a
So,
Sven Ags
It
almost.
ends up being like 60 to 80 damage usually. It's not a huge amount, but against if they have more summons, then yeah, you could pump it up a lot. Could be potentially good.
It feels like one of those Ags that it's not that
10
great usually, but
seconds
when it's
remaining.
good, it just wins you the game. Like
Yeah.
it's a snowball item, really.
Yeah, yeah, very similar to Sven
5
Ags.
seconds remaining.
If you have like 2 or 3 right-clicking cores, it can be amazing.
Is it time? Oh, never mind.
It is time sheet for what?
No, I thought the timer was stuck, but I was
Oh.
just blind.
It's been a slow draft, that's for sure.
They've been
taking
taking
it
their
serious.
time. They're serious.
Grimstroke, though,
Grimstroke.
Yep.
great hero. Actually, relatively
Question:
cheap.
Yes.
Is Ogre fixed?
From what?
Oh, the
From
4X.
Multicast.
We'll
yeah.
find out.
All the time.
Oh, that was a bug yesterday, wasn't it?
I mean,
That's right.
I know the Monkey King crash that was global, not
Yeah.
just for custom games was a thing. That was definitely working last night when we tested. So
Yeah.
The crash was or the not crash?
As in, it was not crashing.
It was
test
not
was
crashed.
working.
Yeah, and thank you to Valve, by the way, for pushing out that fix so quickly. 'Cause
Yes.
Yes.
It was basically all custom games, if you had 24 players or more, would crash at exactly 32 minutes on the dot.
Yep.
Very
The
specific.
tournament.
Thank you to the fans, as usual, for helping us test
Yeah,
that.
we were sitting there
Good
watching
job.
the game, being like, looking at the clock,
Yeah,
stressed.
pretty
Luckily,
much.
I'd get distracted by gameplay and look up and go, okay, God, we passed it, thank God.
All right, time
That's
for me
great.
to, do my due diligence here, but the tournament absolutely would have been dead if they did not push that. We would not have been able to use the custom map for the rest of the tournament, so Valve has yet again saved Midas mode. Thank you
Yeah.
so much,
They
community.
destroy it, and then they save it
I was
multiple
gonna
times.
say.
Thank you, Gabe.
It's been great.
That is a
Oh,
very
Gaben.
known tactic.
Yes, they have shown that we must be loyal or they can kill us at any moment. They remind us every day. Anyway, so our last ban for Goad by TI3 Alliance.
They're not afraid of anything.
They should be. Navi's pissed.
I mean, Navi's also fairly poor. They actually still go for the ban there.
There's nothing more dangerous than someone that's pissed and poor.
True.
They have nothing to lose here. Very scary. Bounty Hunter here is a Midas Mode classic for random weird drafts, so good to see him making another appearance. 57 MOONDUCKs, pretty cheap.
Oh!
And, oh!
We've seen maybe 1 or 2 Mars, but not that
2.
much.
Yep.
All right, so it is an ancient apparition mid, or who's mid? What's happening?
I hope it's a Dendy Ancient Apper. That's old school.
That
right
is
there.
old school.
Dendy played Mars last time. That they were the first team to
Yes.
pick Mars, so I would assume that it's going to be mid-Mars, offline Underlord, safe lane Bounty Hunter,
Yeah.
and then the supports being AA and Tusk. And they're just going to run around getting kills a lot, I'm guessing. It kind of works out nicely. Underlord's obviously very able to, like, guarantee defend one lane, stay alive and tanky in that lane, and then he can also teleport to cover his allies if needed. So I kind of like their lineup. It's not very traditional. I don't know if it's going to work great against Slark. Slark's a really good pick here because they have kind of limited disables, although AA Ice Blast is still going to be fantastic.
That's true.
Is.
Would anyone like to kiss the pug for good luck?
No.
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 There's a lot of hands been on that dog.
Can we
today.
look at the draft? I've already forgotten the picks. I remember Ancient Apparition and Ogre only. Reginald! I need to pick my team.
You idiot.
AA, Bounty Hunter, Underlord,
All right, I'm going to go with...
Mars.
All right, I have...
Stop it! Take that thing down!
Even though I like the hero...
Stop it!
Jesus. Even though I like the hero, Underlord, I don't think he's very strong. I'm not a believer. I want to be, again, because he's one of my favorite heroes.
He's
I'm
pretty
gonna
good
go with
against
Alliance.
Slark.
And you got an Admiral Bulldog Nature's Prophet. How can you go against
how
that?
can you go against that? I will go with Alliance this game, but
Yeah.
I was wrong last game, so expecting to be... I want to be wrong, so we can go to a game 3.
I would love to go to game 3, actually, because that previous game was, like, unironically really entertaining, really good.
It was.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I'll make
Hopefully
you
they
appeal.
can do the same thing. You make an appeal for what?
If you're wrong, you have to give Mr. Rue a kiss.
No.
And if I'm right,
Yes?
I do get the honor of giving him a kiss.
That sounds like a bet that only benefits you. so-
Yes, indeed it does. He's very clean. Dogs' mouths are cleaner
That's what
than
they
do.
say, but I've seen what he was eating in the backstage. And
Basically anything that looks like food. It will
Wait,
go in
are
his
you
mouth.
actually specifically meaning kiss on the mouth? Because
No.
you can just kiss his head.
Yeah, you could.
You know, dude, so many people touch your dog today.
Who wants it? Kiss this creature. Go on, Sheever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
He's got very pointy feet, doesn't he?
All right.
Come on, Sunsy. Give him a smooch.
Oh, no.
He loves you. One smooch on the head. Please, crowd, please pressure
no,
him to do it.
no. Don't
Yes,
do it.
kiss him now. Do it. Do
right,
it.
fine.
Right on the lips.
Let me just polish his head real quick. Good.
Alright,
That's a
yay.
good bugle boy.
Now you purse.
I'm good.
Kiss the same
Come on.
spot first.
Move him over, Sunfan.
It tastes
Move
terrible.
him over.
Mr. Rue, you
Yes,
taste like
Sam.
a pile of garbage,
The
actually.
poor dog.
Oh, he's
Leave him alone. Let him
Okay.
just enjoy relaxing time.
Oh,
he likes it. He's having the time of his life.
Yes, it looks like he's really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Got it in the mouth. Oh, that's very sour.
Yes. That's what sweat and feces tastes like mixed in.
God, he actually put his tongue in my mouth. That's terrible. I guess that's karma. They're trying to make everyone make out with Mr. Rue. I'm sorry,
messed up.
Mr. Rue.
Wait, did you guys choose?
I think Navi's going to win, probably.
Okay.
I like the Bounty Hunter.
Slacks?
I'm going to go for Alliance again. Sorry. Quick 2-0 on this one.
Alliance as
Sad
well. Well,
vibes.
not super quick. I
Yeah.
do think it's going to be entertaining, but I do think that it's going to be Alliance.
I mean, if you look at last game, Navi was winning for even to the end of the game. They
Yes.
were up in net worth.
Yes.
So it could very well go to 3 games.
Yeah.
Kyle,
Kyle!
please
Accept,
press
sir.
accept, sir.
Come on, Kyle.
You know, I've heard Reginald complain about Kyle this entire tournament.
Yeah.
He's always the last to accept.
That's not true. One of the Russian casters is always very late. Whenever I'm over there, it's always him.
Oh.
Out of 24
That's because
people.
But that's
Kyle's not
because
there.
Kyle's not there.
That's true. All right, it's Kyle number 1. Number 2, I don't remember what his name is. Something cat related.
A tier list on last to accept people. That's pretty good. S tier. We should do a tier list on Moonduck talent.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah, that is a
Like,
bad idea.
We'll start
is
at
a
the bottom and
great way.
move up.
That's a great
That's
way
how
to
all
hurt
tier lists work.
people's feelings.
Mr. Rue is on the bottom. How about that?
What?
He's a
Mr.
good
Rue is
one.
our top talent. If anyone's getting hired for next TI, it's probably Mr. Rue from this panel.
That's probably true.
That's correct. And Sheeper, of course. Sorry, Sheeper.
Okay, I would put Mr. Rue at the top as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, easy.
We're all kind of TI veterans, huh? Most
Yep,
of us?
sure am. Every year.
You've been to a lot.
That's
Were you
right.
Because I know you went to two. Because I met you at TI2.
I've spectated quite a few TIs in my day. Let me tell you.
Hey,
No,
we,
I think the last 3 I have not been in.
You have
to,
not been
actually.
to?
Yeah, I stopped.
we did good work at TI4. Come on.
Yep.
That's true. TI4 was a
Legendary
blast.
work, I dare
We
say.
were put in a dark corner of the arena, no lights, no fans anywhere near, but I still had a lot of fun. It was
good.
In
The
case
noob
people are wondering, that was the noob stream.
That's right.
Indeed. Yeah.
Oh, you two educating the newer generation of Dota players.
And the other 3 behind. We don't
I
talk about
like that was really enjoyable though. That was really fun.
I agree.
it. It was
I
good.
think a lot. Of well,
I agree.
okay, it was really fun from a spectator point of view.
No, that's not. No, it actually was fun. I had a huge blast. It was quite good.
Except for
it's
the
a good
finals.
idea.
The finals sucked. But
Why did the final suck?
TI4 grand
Yeah.
finals.
Oh yeah, I mean
The
obviously.
push
but
meta, yeah, 2 Chinese teams going at it. Kind of lost its luster.
They were like 18 to 23-minute games, basically.
Yeah,
It
it's
was,
the fact that they never even touched tier 3 towers like in any of those games.
And it was
efficient.
Monday morning.
Yeah, I thought you would like that. A nice Monday morning efficient loss.
It was quick.
It appears that the comeback is impossible. Let us stop. Goodbye. That's your kind of game, Bert.
no.
Remember the beginning of
What?
every game, we would go over the draft and the abilities, and every game had Razor,
Yeah.
and every time it showed the ability for Plasma Field, I believe, it would just blast your eardrum. They never fixed it, and we complained the entire tournament. Like, Plasma Field! Good
I
time.
bet the newer viewers were very entertained by that as well.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was a pattern. It was good.
Ugh.
That's good.
And since then, he hasn't had a job.
Yeah, because the noob stream got
They killed the
caught.
noob stream,
they killed it.
and I've been homeless ever since. Every TI, I'm like,
That times.
will they bring back me at the noob stream by any chance? No, they'll replace me with Mr. Rue this next year, of course.
I hope they do. He'd be great. We could put a webcam on him. Hooray!
Oh yeah, we didn't do that this year.
We should-
actually-
All right.
All right.
It is time for game number 2, Navi Alliance, OD Pixel and Kyle.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, game 2 ready to go now between Alliance and Navi. I'm OD Pixel here with Kyle. And we've got some fun stuff coming out from both of the teams. Of course, the cosmetic-wise, we do have the Snow Cone AA and the Green Swamp Man Ogre Magi. But in terms of some of the hero picks, we've got a loader Ogre Magi.
Indeed we do. We have a Chessie Slark, though, more importantly.
And
What does that
obviously,
mean?
means we've got a Bulldog Prophet as well. And it will be interesting to see because the Bulldog Prophet we did see in some series was being banned out against Alliance, but there were series as well where it's being left in and Alliance weren't touching it. I mean, this hero at the moment, obviously, it is the one that Bulldog, is renowned for and it's his best hero. But the hero itself, is he just not a great hero on the offlane nowadays?
You are playing against Alliance. You do not ban Nature's Prophet because you think you can beat it. Alliance select Nature's Prophet. Next game. Well, wait, Alliance win, right? Yeah. And then you go and ban it next. Hi, Slacks.
Oh, Jesus. There's a... Hello. He looks very scared. More scared than I was. Anyway, so no, as you said, but does that meme hold up in 2019, Carl?
Well, I mean, what do you think?
Well,
ask Twitch chat. What does Twitch chat think?
Well, let's see. We'll see what happens this game as we do got ourselves into the action. Game 2. Let's see, can Bulldog Prophet still pull it out of the bag in 2019 against Na'Vi and get that second win, get that 2-0. Of course, Alliance being up game 1. Let's have a look as we are seeing some... well, we'll see if one of the... I don't know if any of the players are going to want to remove Keck W. That could start an uprising in Twitch chat, and I don't think any of the players want to go against them, so I'll be surprised if anyone takes up that offer. We'll see what sort of lanes do come out into play. But so the loader Ogre Magi, as you said, with Chessie playing the Slark. Chessie is going to be taking the Slark by the looks of it to that mid lane. The loader will go side lane with the Ogre.
Yep.
What makes it viable to run the Slark mid this game? Are you not worried about any sort of matchup?
Well, you're playing against the Mars,
Yeah.
most importantly, so any melee matchup is definitely Slark favored. In addition, you always want Slark mid if you can get it there, just for the level advantage.
We'll see around the rune spot. Maybe a bit of a fight to kick off down bottom. Spear's actually going to miss. Loader leading him with the level 1 Fire Blaster onto Lights of Heaven, but he's an Underlord, will be able to walk it off, and he's got regen prepared for the lane. 6 down goes in the south. Oh no, indeed, he tried to go for that one up top. It is going to look to cost him his life for TP coming in, but it's not going to be soon enough. In fact, EGM continuing the TP, wants to try and find the kill trade, as Arstyle does get the first blood, and in fact with the Jukes as well, Arstyle's still alive, surviving, as EGM wasn't quite able to finish him off, and he's getting beaten down by Puppey and Arstyle. If they can now turn him with the shards skilled up, they'll get the 2 of them. Let's play it now. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Arstyle, the snow cone himself, picking up the double kill to start the game.
Not bad at all. And there's no TP now on EGM, so he's going to do the whole long walk of shame all the way back towards top.
That's going to be a painful moment for him to get up there and try and offer some safety. And obviously before he's there, it's a risky place for Bulldog to be against the 3 of them. Bulldog's got to be careful. This tri lane, a lot of potency to collapse in, even underneath the tower if they're able to push it in. Bulldog's doing his best to keep that pressure off, though, spamming out of the wave with the Treants. Heading away, but now they'll look to block him off. Puppey with the setup. Bulldog has got the TP. Obviously, with them all still being level 1, no way to cancel that. So Bulldog playing it safe, TPing back to base to refuel and get himself back towards the lane. But I say that, his TP scroll obviously still on cooldown for 20 seconds. So after TPing back, he doesn't have an instant way to return. So now he himself is going to have to take a bit of a walk of shame. This is a lot of time where that top lane, it's sort of, no one's there to really take advantage of it. EGM's going to be back in, but he's got to be careful, especially with these 3 heroes still around. Puppey walks in, pops the shards to set up a bit of a block off. They got the damage to finish him off. Arstyle's looking, and with that hit, not quite enough. One more touch would do it. Arstyle is going to come hunting through the trees. EGM trying his best with the Jukes. They've got the vision for 1 hit. A second, they need 1 more, and Arstyle's got it. Killing spree. Play it again if they're ready for it. I see why Reginald, he wasn't ready for that. There we go. Every single time. We don't want it to stop. 3 kills already. Arstyle, he's been slaying it in a lot of the games here, and this one as well. Game 2, he's starting off with a bang. We will now see him be punished, but maybe not. Puppey, he's got the save, the snowball, getting Arstyle away from the stun. Bulldogs will finish off the kill. See if Puppey and Avors can make him pay for it. Bulldog with the Sprout. TP will be able to play his way out of there. He'll escape. EGM still has some mana to play with. See if he can get anything else out of this. Both of Vorst and Puppey sitting pretty low on HP, but they will manage to keep their distance.
Really well played by Alliance. Savos not using a Shuriken. It would have for sure guaranteed a kill on Bulldog there, but he's trying to go for the last hit. It's still full mana, unfortunately, not even using it. It's a very high damage ability, 150 even at level 1. Mid lane completely even right now, 17-0, 16-1. Bottom, definitely Loda favorite at the moment, but it is a 2-on-1.
I mean, do you expect to see any sort of movements from sort of the heroes in RV? Like Puppey, does he need to step in this top lane, or can he look to try and make plays elsewhere?
I think you got to keep trying. You're AA Tusk.
Yeah.
Their support's meant to be together, and unfortunately, they can't really rotate middle against a Slark. That's just not going to be a kill. He jumps the Us Shards every time. So you're pretty limited.
Oh, here we go. Set up here onto Bulldog. They won't connect with the snowball, but the shards do block him in. He's got a Sprout. We'll look for the TP out, but the cold feet does proc Bulldog in trouble. He's surrounded. A quick stun from EGM will buy him some sort of safety, but Bulldog's able to escape. Shuriken wasn't quite back there available for Avor, so no further way to stop that Sprout.
That time he didn't need to use it so early. He's standing in front of his face. He pops the Shuriken, which means he isn't able to interrupt this, the TP. That's 2 kills. I think Havos just messing up for his team, but he is a little out of practice. Maybe not used to playing the one position, as he is, of course. Number 4. They're going to look to dive again, it appears, but I don't know, man. This is a tough spot to continue pressuring like this. They need more levels on these supports. Group already level 3.
Mid lane, still continuing to be very even farm Puppey. He's going to come into the jungle and keep an eye on what Bulldog's getting off to as he's going for the neutral creeps here now, rather than the lane, as that lane has been a bit of a death trap for him, or at least a place where he's constantly been forced out of. Mid lane Chessie actually been nuked down pretty low here by Dendi's aggression. In terms of regen as well, has he got some coming out? He does have a salve sent out to him. So we'll be able to continue to stand toe-to-toe with the Mars in the middle lane for now. Getting very close to having that 6 online as well. Bottom lane, pressure from Loda and Ake. They'll step in onto Light of Heaven. Still not quite enough of firepower between the two of them to take him down. But they are keeping him forced back and well away from the creeps. 24 for 10 on Loda's farming Ogre compared to Light of Heaven's 10 and 0.
It's kind of a crazy lineup, actually, because Ogre just spams spells, and Coddle gives him mana, and the stun comes off cooldown, like, right away. As soon as he's level 6, this is going to be an untenable position for Light of Heaven to play, and he has no items whatsoever. Has boots coming on Courier, but that's all he has.
See bottom again. Another attempt with the Fire Blast. Set up here for the nuke to follow up. Light of Heaven. He's able to punch back quite a little bit, trying to play in the safety of the Firestorm. This time around, Alliance can give a bit of a further chase. And good knockback from Ake, getting him back in the reaches of Loda. Great control here, as Loda has the Fire Blast back up and available. They'll be in and surround him. They'll should get this kill, as there's no escape. And Ake, he'll take it for himself, and well-deserved with that setup with the Blinding Light, knocking him back into the reaches of Loda's Ogre.
Mid lane, Chessie getting a little frisky, but really just trying to accumulate some stacks, help him last hit in this mid lane. Has a pretty significant damage advantage. Haste Rune, though, should be seen by Ake. Maybe I'll pick it up. Top lane, a little bit of pressure, as you see. A little block. Oh, maybe. Bulldog in a little bit of trouble here.
And again, sprouted out. Ooh, very nicely pushed out of the shards there with the sprout. Actually could turn, and Puppey is getting low. Does manage to get the snowball off in time, and they should get the kill on Puppey. Can they get Bulldog in trade? Sick charge is going to be popped. The cold feet won't quite proc. He's able to get himself away. Even has the chance to pop out a question mark, of course. Trying to dive underneath the tab, and another sprout keeps Bulldog safe and out of vision. Artstyle's the one to feel the pain as EGM picks up a second. Both heroes going down on Na'Vi's half. Now they can try and turn. Puppey's back in the game. Look for the shard set up onto EGM. He gets one further nuke out. Snowball's there. EGM will finally fall, as it really is all kicking off on this top lane. Both teams furiously fighting one another.
Yeah, but you got to be happy with this. It's 2-on-3. Bulldog is actually ahead of Havoston's farm right now. Whenever your safe lane beats a tri lane with a numbers disadvantage, you're going to be happy, especially since Loda is just free farming down bottom.
Bulldog's got the full phase boots out too, so really can't forget how hard that Prophet can hit early on. Another attempt to dive underneath the tower. Sprout's going to be there with a setup, and EGM's in with the TP. The body blocks from Bulldog, using the micro to keep Puppey controlled. Sets up for the stun. The nuke follows in from EGM, as Alliance continuing to now outplay this tri-lane from Na'Vi up top. Bulldog getting a little too close to a force. He wants to dive under the tower, and they'll get the trade kill. Artstyle trying to dodge the nuke, but they find him. The tree is blocking him off. Admiral Bulldog gets revenge. Double kill on his Prophet. A kill from the grave. As every single time that the trades do continue middle, Chessie has the backup of Ake. Dendi will drop down the arena. Will be able to pick up the kill on Ake, but Chessie, can he find the kill in return? Has already used the pounce, so cannot chase him for that. Dendi, good defensive play, making sure that involvement from Ake does not result in a kill for Alliance. He keeps himself safe and gets a kill against them.
Yeah, it's a good rotation from Ake. Unfortunately, just a little too squishy. Got himself caught in the arena. Like, you don't want to be in the ring as it spawns. The problem is he took that first hit, then when he walked back into another one, he was already pretty much dead. One spell from Dendi whacks him down. Now top, though. Bulldog's approaching level 6. Loda solo kills bottom. Ake was just literally there to cast a Blinding Light and give him a double stun. Looks like a multicast.
Yeah, Loda's farm continues to look absolutely beautiful down bottom. 51 and 18. This is a truly free farming Ogre.
And I'm pretty sure this combo is actually crazy, because if you hit ult in a fight, Grimstroke ult, and then Prophet actually clicks one of those heroes to cast his ultimate, you have 2 different Wraths going out through the fight. Just an absurd amount of damage. All creeps in all lanes that will die.
Puppey has the DD rune. They're going to look to move in on top and make something happen with it. Again, the Sprout pushing him off to the side. The Snowball does still connect, and the cold feet will proc. Bulldog in trouble. Or is he the stun from EGM? He keeps Bulldog safe. Bulldog will not fall as EGM can turn, take one of them. The Treant's out as well. Vorst is going to turn and try and bring down EGM. EGM has got one more nuke, lights it up, gets Artstyle. He will fall. But Jerry, again, getting so many kills out of this lane and keeping Bulldog safe. And Bulldog, he's back in. The dust still on Vorst. We'll see if he can find him. Looks like Vorst will be able to hide behind the trees, and Dendy is coming in with the rotation. They'll look to catch Bulldog out whilst he's alone. There is no EGM, and Bulldog will be trapped in the arena. 6 is there for Vorst, so a track kill as well. They'll punish Bulldog, finally getting him out of the lane. No EGM to save him at the same time, though. You do see another death for this Light of Heaven Underlord. As the money just continues to roll in for Loda. Chessie as well. Phase boot's done. Bulldog desperately trying to get them to focus their efforts somewhere else, as that tri-lane has pretty much well and truly sat top for the entirety of the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah, he's fine with that, though. That's why they always ganking me, I'm sure he's saying, but it's fine. Loda's getting the space.
Awesome. We'll be able to grab the bouncy rune. It's almost certainly going to cost him his life. The save will come in with the snowball, but Bulldog's turned up as there's 4 of them here ready to find the kills. As Artstyle falls, Chessie pounces up to the high ground. As the setup will be there onto Puppey. Loda drops a fire blast. Puppey cannot escape as Alliance getting active. And we're seeing Bulldog feel very much in his element back on the Prophet, looking very strong so far in this opening. And Vorst tries to come in for a bit of a poke, but they're prepared with the dust. The stun from EGM set up with Chessie, bringing it on the front lines. No escape for Vorst, 13-8. Alliance picking up kills all over the map now.
Oh, they got to be feeling so good right now. You got the Bulldog Prophet. Loda has a Midas at 10 minutes. And nobody on the side of Na'Vi really having the greatest game. Dendy is ahead, top net worth, but this is a Mars. This is not that sort of hero that just takes over. However, it looks like he will be going for the Deso rush. Has the one Mithril Hammer already. Could be a Maelstrom, but it's almost always Deso when I see Mars pick up that item early.
Lane Chessie playing aggressive, getting in underneath the tower with the back of a VGM and Loaded with the Wrap Round. They'll get both of them. Artstyle and Light of Heaven dead. Dendy does complete the TP, but the Will-O-Wisp there with the setup. Fire Blast from Loaded. They'll get the 3 of them. What? Alliance just getting handed these kills on a silver platter by Na'Vi.
And Bulldog doing what he does best in that bottom lane. He takes down the tier 1, no problems. Continuing a free farm against enemy creeps.
Na'Vi, they will start to come back towards this tower, see if they can hold off this push, but it's hard. Artstyle still yet to hit that level 6. So the D push is not great at the moment from Na'Vi. As Chessie can just stand tall against the tower, continue to push on, and Force will start to come in and lay down some tracks. But Bounty Hunter early on, not the best hero to fight into mass numbers pushing into him. And now start to back off a little bit with Light of Heaven showing his face, but the tier 1 incredibly low. They will want to try and finish this off. Alliance is still just all the distraction. Bottom lane, Bulldog getting some good damage onto the tier 2. The setup's there. A 4 steps forward, Soulbind onto the 2 of them. Bulldog's out. Sprout, the double Sprout, controlling both of them here. Puppey's trying to turn up and turn things around for them. Dendy, a great arena. He's locked down the 3 of them. In fact, cleans up the 2 of them. Great crash with the double kill. And with the snowball forward, Na'Vi starting to now break apart this push from outside of Alliance. Bulldog being chased. Chessie ready to try and poke back in. Bulldog will be able to grab the double damage room, but Dendy lands the spear. It's a triple kill for the Mars. There's 4 dead on Alliance. Chessie, the only one left alive. The shards from Puppey won't quite catch him, so Chessie will live, but Dendy coming in big time. Great arena and turning the fight around.
God, I wish we had replay for that. Loda got a multicast on Havost in his face, but the bounty lived with 20 HP. Loda went to run away instead of getting the killing blow, then turns back around and gets shurikened and goes and dies.
Unfortunate turn of events there for Alliance. It looked like a hold that was going to be very hard for Na'Vi to pull together, but they make it happen. And with that, you can imagine, well, Dendy very close to having the full Deso thanks to those kills. At this very early time, 13 minutes, phase, Deso, Soul Ring. Yeah, just 150 gold away. We saw how much he was able to do without it. When that's thrown into the mix, they've got a lot of chase, a lot of physical burst that's hard for Alliance's heroes to stand up against early on. Alliance not to be deterred, they're still remaining over Na'Vi's half of the map.
If you looked up, I mean, when did this tier 2 die, right? It's just profit things. Admiral Bulldog always able to kill those structures. He was in that fight for a little while, but already did building damage beforehand. There's now loading group, so they're looking to hunt Havos, but it's not going to happen. Neither team really has any strong initiation just yet, so it's tough for either side to make plays.
Getting unlucky there as well. No multicast for loader this time. Top EGM does actually manage to find Havos there with the dust. Bulldog's coming in with the TP for the further chase as Havos will hide. Sprout Vision won't quite get him. They know that he's going to be hiding somewhere over here. The dust wears off though. Havos will be able to sneak away in the shadows. They don't catch him this time. You can keep tabs on Bulldog. This could give vital information for the rest of Na'Vi to come in and look to make a play happen whilst they know of the exact whereabouts, and Force will start to now poke at Bulldog. The rest of Na'Vi ready to lead in. Puppey is going to look for the setup. The leash catches the two of them, but the arena's down. They're both trapped. EGM and Loader stuck in the pit. Again, these setups from Dendy doing big things for Na'Vi. The cold feet procs on EGM. EGM will fall, and with the setup further there from Puppey, they'll catch Loader as well.
And Bulldog on the run.
He's trying to get away from Havos. TP coming in from Chessie. See if he can keep Bulldog safe as he'll now turn. Sprouts out, the bounce with the shuriken, he cuts through the trees. Havos gets the kill, but Chessie gets the trade. See, and Admiral Bulldog's treants beat down onto the bounty in return. These track kills certainly giving that extra bit of punch here for the lineup, and Na'Vi keeping the gold even. 15 minutes in, less than a 1K difference. Now just a 1K, well, yeah, pretty much sitting around there. Chessie getting closer to sort of that first big fighting item. The diffuser blade is the one that he needs.
Let's see, Havos, just some flashbacks. Not a huge fan of Admiral Bulldog Furion, I'd imagine.
And our style. He's been found. Chessie and Ake catching him out. Puppey is going to go for the shards. Won't get the connection with that, but does find the stun on the snowball. Dandy by his side, but with the shadow dance, Chessie easily walks it off. No further chase there for now. We'll see what sort of itemization Denny wants to go for next, if he does want to go for the Blink or the BKB to allow him to keep these fights going. Chessie, he's in on to Dendy. Dendy lays down the arena. He's taking a lot of damage. Puppey and a Force, though, by his side. They can turn, spearing Chessie back into the wall. Dendy's still alive. They get the kill. Now they'll turn towards Loader. Dendy in trouble. He will fall. 3 versus 3. Can Na'Vi come out on top of this? They've found Loader. The track's out. They'll take down the Green Swamp Man. As Na'Vi may have lost Dendy this time, but again, he gets the job done, laying down the arena, and here we have it. So this time, the creeps out. Once again, all 8 of them on Na'Vi's side. We'll see if they are going to help or hinder. Let's see what they're going to do. Okay, so we have had it revealed. The players will find out this shortly, but there's 4 good creeps, and there's 4 evil creeps. So we'll see who's up to what. We do see... Oh no, okay, Reginald told me incorrect information. They're in fact all evil. So we have 8 evil creeps here looking to work against them, and this is one of the ways, trying to reveal Havor's position. They'll be constantly chasing down the bounty hunter to make Alliance very aware of where this bounty is, and that's pretty evil. That's going to make Havor's game pretty hard to play.
Oh, definitely.
Oh
no.
Oh, EGM, he's actually killing them off. He doesn't realize that they're working in his favor. As I think he'll start to realize now they need these creeps. These creeps are out to help Alliance.
And Na'Vi doing a good job reestablishing map control, but they need to try and get aggressive. Or do they, honestly? It was so weird that Alliance took that fight earlier. They had no ult on Slark. They dive onto a Mars. You know Dendy's going to drop the ultimate. And with no ult, like, how is the Slark supposed to survive in the center of that ring? And all of a sudden, both top net worths are on the side of Na'Vi. Even Light of Heaven starting to recover a bit. Has that Vlad's. Had a real rough laning phase. Wow, rough laning phase.
Force fan train does continue as they just stay well and truly around him. The smoke here. Chessie, it's been found, but quick reactions from EGM will stop Na'Vi from being able to make an aggressive play themselves. By the shrine does mean Alliance won't poke back themselves, but it's all good news for them. It's putting a stop to this huge rotation and move from Na'Vi, whereas as you can see, Alliance split well and truly up and down the map, pretty much in all 3 lanes and in the jungle. The pressure is on, and they're finding the most out of this during these times.
Yeah, but you can look bottom, Bulldog. He shows up for a couple moments, already pushing that near towards the tier 3. You got to be careful at all times if you're Na'Vi. Puppey, I'm sure, will have a ADT alarm installed somewhere around this entrance to his tier 3s. He doesn't want to relive that. Jerry dies. That was a track kill for 3.
Na'Vi. Let's take some of the tier 1s themselves. This tier 1 not be held on to. Blink Dagger finished on Dendi, so it's a little scarier for Alliance to turn up. Dendi can look for these setups.
Oh, Bulldog.
With the vision, if Dendi can get the blink play here, jumps in, beautiful spear, knocks Bulldog back to the tree in the arena, also traps in Ake. The tracks are out, they'll get both of them. Dendi continue to make the moves happen on this mid-Mars. 7-2-6, fantastic timing on the Deso Blink Dagger, and it's exactly what Na'Vi need to get these fights going and to set up multiple chances for them to get the kills. As again, Alliance looking to commit forwards, another spear's out from Dendi, knocking him back, Chessie towards the tree. Chessie does get the Shadow Dance out, but he's in the pit, has to get out of it. And will retreat. These fights proving hard for Alliance to turn up to, as they will certainly have to look to just continue to resort to their cause, and having Bulldog push out the side lanes and trying to stop Na'Vi from getting these opportunities to push and fight as 5.
Yep, Chet, they need more time. Slark, Ogre, Furion, you can out-carry, you can win this late game, but Chessie just doesn't do enough damage yet.
He's going to look towards Light of Heaven. Light of Heaven will fall. Gets caught out on the high ground away from the rest of the team. Dendi did try and help out with the spear. Didn't quite get the reach to latch him to the tree. Shots from Puppey put off any further chase. 2K lead though still for Na'Vi at this moment in time. Dendi is out alone. The creep again trying to inform Alliance of the whereabouts. Hard for them to get on top of him though. No real sort of blink initiation from the south other than Chessie able to get in with the pounce. Dendi's able to keep his distance relatively safely.
Load is on the way, pinging it out. Guys, wait for me. He's going to go for a PS pipe finish going Ags next. I have not seen an Ags on Ogre in some time. Surprised he chose that instead of one of those active abilities you could potentially multicast. Active items, rather.
Well, I guess in itself it's like an active item, right? Because it gives you an extra skill. So there's something that you're then able to benefit off with the Soulbind, right?
True.
So it strengthens sort of the setup. And we have seen multiple times, EGM's been very good at always getting the Soulbind off in these fights. So the value will be there in terms of damage for the two heroes that do get latched together.
They might go in for Dendi here. Furion will pop his ultimate for now, but
Quick link back, Dendi. Lays down the arena. Will be able to knock Loader back towards the wall, and Puppey's in with the save for now. Going in with the snowball. It's going to be a big ice blast coming in straight onto the two of them. Will-O-Wisp is down from Ake. He's looking to set up the nuke. No one falling yet. Dendi getting low. Dendi will fall as Ake finishes him off again. The Will-O-Wisp causing so many issues to Soulbind. The double stun out. They're able to offer up the ignites too. Puppey's in trouble. Spirit Vessel's upon him. Puppey falling low. Puppey dies. 3 dead on Na'Vi. Light of Heaven left alone. They'll take 4. Alliance with a fantastic fight. Ake just causing so much chaos with that Will-O-Wisp. Na'Vi could not fight underneath it at all.
What a beautiful fight. That was perfect. They trade Coddle ult for the Mars ult. You're going to win that trade every time. Bounty Hunter not even able to get into the fight. I thought Bulldog had made a mistake, but he knows his limits. Even in the center of Na'Vi's power, he escapes unscathed, now has the Orchid finish. They might even look to threaten Tier 3 a bit. Tier 2 certainly going down.
They've got a lot of push with those trains. We'll see how confident they feel. It's not too long before Na'Vi will be back in the game. Yeah, they'll play it safe. They know that there's no real need to play too hasty. They will, at all points of this game, have this scaling Slark to fall back on, and Chessie obviously in a very good position at the moment as this carry hero that's only going to get stronger as the game goes on.
A big part of that, you know, it's what we said at the start of the game. You are playing against Alliance. You do not ban Furion. Did we even need to play the game? Do we even need to see how this ends? A 2K gold lead for Alliance, but still. Under the circumstances, what do you think their win percent is?
It's got to be pretty high at the moment. I mean, Bulldog, as you said, he's on the other heroes that he's played so far at this tournament. He's had a few rough performances, but back on his profit, there is no doubt about it. It's been a very solid start. And this is a start, of course, where we saw how much pressure Na'Vi put his way. They tri-laned him up on the top to try and throw him off his game, but he's kept strong to it at the moment. 5, 6, and 11, and a lot of map pressure being offered by this Furion.
Yep. BKB Slark coming up soon. That's going to be a key item. All of a sudden, there's no real damage threat on the side of Na'Vi that can actually deal with this hero. And Battle Fury is going to be the choice for Havost. I'm not sure I'm buying that decision.
I said, well, this is a super old school bounty hunter build.
Really?
Well, they used to do this, right? This maybe like old. I don't know. I remember
How
people
old
telling
are we
me.
talking? What limit is this?
I mean, I said old. I didn't say good. You know, I don't know if it was ever relevant, but it was certainly something that people used to do in the past.
Of course, you're in favor of any hero going.
On a bounty, I'm not a fan, but we'll see. You know, Vorst, can he make it?
I've seen you buy
make it
3
work.
on Legion Commander, and you don't like this one?
Well, I guess you can sort of see the argument for it, right? There's going to be treants in play. You do need sort of the deep push in that sense. But we'll see. He's got it done. The money's there. 24 minutes, still very good timing considering that he already had the phase, the drums. So we'll see how much of a difference it makes and if it does give him the chance to help sort of scale himself that little bit better. Easily push out the lanes and easily pick up those creep camps as he heads past. They're on the hunt. That's Alliance. Chessie with the lead and still a good amount of time left on that DD rune. Looking very strong at the moment with the BKB and Diffusal.
Oh, you can't touch this Slark. Na'Vi have got to get the hell out of here. There's no way they can take a fight right now.
And an important part of the game to sort of force Na'Vi back when these 25-minute bounty runes will be about to spawn. Chessie,
we got him.
He's in, looks for Dendi, the silence out, Soulbind as well as the double fire blast, follow up from Loader, the Will-O-Wisp catching the 4 of them, bringing them back into it all. Chessie's ready to move in with the BKB, Artstyle's dead, Puppy's in trouble, knocked back by the Blinding Light, Ake with so much control, taking down a third, double buybacks coming out from Na'Vi. Puppy in on the front immediately after he bought back for this. Chessie, he's ready to collapse straight back on top of them. It's a dieback from Puppy. Vorst is trying to do something, but this bounty can't offer anything up at all. He is not ready to fight. The bounty's dead for 50 seconds.
GG.
This AA is in trouble
They
too.
called it.
They will drop the arena, but it is over. They're tapping out. It's too much. Alliance have done it here. 2-0. They take game 2 as Alliance. This game, I think out of all the ones we've seen, they look to be absolutely back on top form. Great performance all round.
Oh yeah, no complaints from any of the way that these guys played, and it's just so cool as well to watch them play their iconic heroes, right? Not just the Bulldog Prophet, but Ake on his Coddle. How many times has he played that?
I mean, Ake was showing up big time there.
Loader on some melee hero with the stun that gets carried by his mid player. It feels like I'm watching TI3 all over again.
Well, we do see that they are still playing on, even though GG's are called. I don't know if this is some sort of a fake GG. Dendi's, they're still fighting on. Okay, so I believe because it's a custom game, the GG command probably does not instantly destroy the Ancient. So the game is over. The game is over indeed. They do Studley. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Alliance taking the series against Na'Vi 2-0. Once again, in 2019, they still have it.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. They can tell they're practiced. And maybe the biggest blessing was the lack of S4. Chessie showed up to play both games.
Chessie he's certainly done a lot of work for the team.
Yeah.
And that is for sure. Slark, once again, looking very good. But as we sort of said, just all members of Alliance there really sort of pulling their weight as everyone looked pretty hot. Loader stepping up on the Ogre. He had, I'd say, probably the easiest game out of them all. You know, he got free farm, was able to just turn up to the fights. But the support play, especially at the start, EGM making that top lane a bit of a dream for Bulldog. There's so much pressure was put his way. EGM keeps it cool, gets so much out of that.
Yeah.
And then Ake in mid-game team fights, every single time, he was just holding the entirety of Na'Vi underneath that big ball of
I
light.
think he averaged 4 heroes hit by his ultimate. You can't really ask for more than that. They cleaned up, I think, the last 3 team fights. No problems. Really well done. I like that they actually forced that fight. They had a DD on Chessie. They had this sick timing with the BKB. Just go fight. That's exactly what they did.
Great draft and great play from Alliance as they still show us the power here in 2019. Taking the win in this best of 3, 2-0 against Na'Vi.